Authorities deployed reinforcements to flashpoint cities and had made hundreds of arrests on the fifth night of unrest sparked by the fatal police shooting of a 17-year-old who was laid to rest the day before. According to the Interior Ministry, a total of 486 people had been arrested across France during the early hours of Sunday morning, though the level of violence appeared to have declined since rioting first broke out over the death of Nahel in the Paris suburb of Nanterre on Tuesday.
We'll talk about the clashes that broke out between the police and youth in a Paris suburb of Nanterre on June 27th, as anger grew over the recent death of a local teenager who in fact was shot by the police during a traffic stop. Now, according to the locals and the prosecutor's office, the 17-year-old boy was shot dead by a police officer after failing to comply with an order to stop his car on Tuesday morning. The police officer behind the shooting is now being investigated for homicide.
Riots in France appear to be calming after 5 days of violent protests. In response to the shooting of teenager Nahel M during a police traffic stop, Sunday night saw violence subside and fewer arrests were made. However, President Emmanuel Macron has asked the Interior Ministry to keep a massive police presence on the streets. On Monday, mayors called for rallies to be held outside town halls to protest the violence and looting. About 45,000 officers have been deployed across the country for the past 3 nights, and will be out on the streets again on Monday, Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin confirmed. At the weekend, the family of Nahel, the teenager who was killed by police, called for the violence to end. His grandmother accused rioters of using Nahel's death as an excuse and urged them to stop destroying public goods. Another relative told the BBC that the family did not want his death to spark riots, but insisted the law around lethal force at traffic stops must change. She also said her heart is in pain about a GoFundMe page for the family of the police officer who shot Nahel, which as of Monday had raised more than €1.1 million, £956,200, and was growing steadily. The fundraiser, which was set up by a far-right media commentator, has been criticized by several politicians, but the platform told French newspaper Le Parisien that GoFundMe's terms and conditions were not being broken because the funds are destined for the officer's family and not meant for the legal defense of an alleged violent crime.